Hey, what's up, guys? It's your favorite Everything JR Wisdom. Listen, hit that like and subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this, man. Check it. So, as usual, I'm coming at you with another one. This is for all my parents out there. If you're not a parent, hey, if you want to tune in, it's up to you. But your children, listen, and I'm speaking from experience. For those of you who don't know, I'm a father. I got quite a few churn, if you will. And at the age of 40, what I've learned in terms of my children and dealing with, not dealing with, but raising a son who had quote unquote, ADHD, but as Dr. Umar Johnson would say, there's no such thing, or it's a scam. I had a son who had some attention issues, and he was dealing with that in school. And I know that this was partially because I wasn't around. And some people say that this is the main cure for ADHD within children is the bass of a father's voice. Hey, anyway, I'm saying this to say that if you have children, make sure you watch what you say around your children. Make sure that you're speaking positivity into your children. Make sure there's repetition into your children. Positive affirmations constantly. You're affirming this because you don't know what's going on out here in these streets, right? You don't know what these children are saying. You don't know what the heck is going on. Just imagine there are some kids out here who they may only get positive affirmations from their coaches and or teachers, if they get that, and they're just coming home to listen to your loud mouth or your negativity talking to the other parent or about the other parent, and just having this cloud of negativity that this child is hearing. That's affecting how they feel about themselves. So if you're constantly doing that, just imagine how great the mind of this child would become. Now, some of you are going to say, well, JR, that's brainwashing, that's indoctrination, that's things like that. Why not? You guys should be brainwashing yourselves every morning, telling you how great you're looking in the mirror. This is what affirmations are. Even if you don't quite believe it yet, you say it enough, you will believe it. As opposed to one positive thing or one truth that's told once a month. Imagine hearing 10 lies a day. Which one are you going to believe first? This is what you guys need to think about in terms of your children when they're going out here in the world. There's a story with Mike Tyson. You know about Mike Tyson, youngest heavyweight champion of the world, right? Also great thinker, very cerebral, very intelligent man, even though you guys will think he's been, he's had the highs and lows. He's experienced every single emotion that a human being could possibly experience, right? But one thing he said about Cus Damato, who was his adopted father and trainer and mentor, right? That Cus would wake him up out of his sleep and basically already be ahead of the curve, telling him, you're great, you're this, you're that, you're incredible, you're gonna be the youngest heavyweight champion in the world, you're ferocious, you're incredible, you're just saying all these positive things. And Mike at the time would say, what is wrong with this dude waking me out of my sleep? I'm not telling you to do that to your kids, but what's wrong with him waking me out of my sleep, telling me this? Is this guy gay? This is what Mike would say, right? But Cus was basically putting this in his mind. You know what I'm saying? He was putting this in his mind that this is who you are, right? And some of you may say, well, that's not positive, JR. These positive affirmations that made this young boy feel like he could do anything and he could actually become the heavyweight champion in the world, which is what he ended up doing. And he would also say, how did he know? How did he know? Maybe Cus didn't know. Maybe it was divine. Maybe he just knew that by doing this, he could create a mind, or he could basically cultivate, or have this child cultivate this greatness inside of thinking it. Because whatever the mind thinks, the body should follow, right? So I want you guys to do what I took that from what Tyson said. I used to do this to my son, and this is when I was having a lot of issues with him basically having meltdowns in class, him needing to be picked up and things like that. And I would always tell him, I'm like, bro, you're the smartest one. You're the smartest one in class. You're super smart. Every day, I would tell him this every day and every night before he went to sleep. And this was a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. I was a single father at the time, for those of you who don't know. And I would constantly impute that into him. And eventually he overcame that. True story. Without medication or anything, he overcame that foolishness. Now, some of you may say, well, JR, it's because you were around at that point, so on and so forth. And what I mean by around was, for those of you who know my story, I was in Afghanistan for 2 years contracting. So I wasn't always home. I would come home every three to 4 months for like 2 weeks at a time. So I couldn't be an effective father, obviously. And by this point, my ex-wife had already departed, left the picture, and it was just me, raising my sons. And he was having this issue. But think about these positive affirmations, even with yourself, but definitely your children. Because a lot of us gone through where we were told we were nothing, you're not going to amount to anything. We would have, some of us have your favorite teachers or favorite coaches that would say things to you and would make you believe certain things. And you would have to come home to the BS and have to keep a thought in your mind of, this is who I am. This is what my teachers and coaches are telling me, because of the foolishness. And some parents haven't fully evolved. And I'm not saying that they should be absolved of anything, but they haven't fully evolved to know these things. And they'll talk. My mother would say negative things to me. She would say negative things to all of us. You know what I mean? So just think, if this was imputed in, for those of you who didn't get it, who you could have been or what could have happened. But even though I say everything happens for a reason or whatever, but it's never too late to change right now. There's nothing like affirming certain things or telling yourself or brainwashing yourself. And I want you guys, if you're not already doing it, start doing this with your children. Yourself first when you wake up, but definitely your children, because it's going to mean a lot in the long run. And your child will remember these things that my mother or my father said these things to me. They constantly said these things to me, and they don't remember some of the BS that you may have said, or always correcting them or yelling at them, or treating them like crap. They'll always remember my mother or father or my parent had instilled these things into me. They would constantly preach these things, and it made a hell of a difference at the end of the day. And this is what matters. This is one of the keys of being an awesome parent, being a strict parent, being a great parent, being a loving parent. Just my thoughts on it. I could be off, but from one parent to another, and even for those of you who are just watching, just try it. It's not good. It doesn't hurt to compliment anyone, especially your kids. These are your kids. These are your progeny, right? I'm assuming you don't want to see the worst for them. You want to see the best for them. So speak life into them, just like you would speak life into yourself or into your partner. Anyway, man, this is your favorite everything, J.R. Wisdom. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps to support the channel. If this has been a benefit and you would like to, talk about this more, feel free to book a session below. I got you, man. Or hit that PayPal, Cash App, if you feel like this information has been a benefit as well. With that being said, much blessings and abundance, man. It's your favorite everything. Stick around for the videos that's going to pop up on the screen below. And that's where I'm going to see you guys at. This is Wisdom. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2. Bring it back. Yeah. Can't forget Tony. 50.